Coming up,
We're vaudevillian sisters.
Vancouver's Fringe Festival.
That's the only thing that keeps me driven.
We check in with a local actor dropping off the side of a skyscraper. Welcome to Go on Shaw TV. I'm your host, Paul McClellan. Today we're at the Improv Center on Granville Island talking about Fringe Festival. It's happening from September 10th to 20th. There's 700 performances across the city in different venues, and this is the 31st annual edition of Vancouver Fringe.
These people smell. This building smells like mothballs and the keg.
It's a festival of theater performance, but maybe not the same type of theater as you might be thinking about, less conventional. A lot of different acts from around the world, a lot of solo pieces, everything from, like a solo piece up to like a huge musical. It can be anything. We draw the main stage acts out of a hat, so it's really got this kind of wild diversity that you just don't find anywhere else.
Came here first in 2011. It's taken me a little while to get back here, but yeah, I love Vancouver. This Fringe is great because it's all centered around the one place with some cool little locations that people can fly out to. It's always a great artistic environment with the other Vancouver artists, and everyone's up for something that's a little bit edgy and a lot of fun.
We've got an army of volunteers, like over 500 volunteers that come together with us to put this together. And every night we have a bar and we have a party, and people are really connecting with the artists, and everyone's talking to each other. That everyone wants to find out what shows are good, and so there's this real social atmosphere about the festival that is just it's really special.
From Fringe Festival to the silver screen, you may remember our next guest from such films as Night at the Roxbury and Scary Movie, but now he's passing on his acting skills to the next generation.
A script, mere words, but dig deeper, a vision.
That's exactly what you want to do as an actor through your storytelling, is paint that picture.
And bringing that picture to life is an actor's story.
Sure could use myself a drink. That's the only thing that keeps me driven.
Driven to excel in a profession that's not so easy to break into.
You have to have perseverance, you have to have tough skin, and you have to have passion.
Three things that Vancouver actor Lachlan Monroe knows all too well, and things he believes are necessary to make it in this business.
Listen, there's no wrong choice because it's your choice. You will not have success in this industry if you are in it because you think you're going to be wealthy, or that you're going to be famous, or whatever those sort of materialistic-y sort of ambitions are.
Here we go, come on! You may recognize him for his roles in blockbuster comedies A Night at the Roxbury, White Chicks, and Scary Movie. Monroe has been acting for nearly 30 years, and it all started thanks to a hockey injury.
I broke my femur really bad playing hockey. So being laid up like I was, I thought, well, you know what, maybe I'll teach myself to play guitar because it's something I've always wanted to do anyhow. So then I really got back involved with my music. He was a kid, he'd be up at 5.
Playing in pubs around Vancouver, he began to network with people in the film and TV industry. And that's how his first break came, auditioning for the TV show 21 Jump Street, featuring up-and-coming young actor Johnny Depp.
I was very fortunate because I booked my first job, which is so weird, when some guy named Johnny was just some dude named Johnny.
Monroe worked on countless films and TV shows with the best in the business, and now he's hoping to give back by teaching acting at New Image College.
Throughout my career, I've always had great tidbits from older actors and people that I've respected, and it's really helped me, like just getting getting ideas about method and ideas about how to create character, and I didn't have a lot of that when I started out.
The addition of Lachlan is a dream for us because he brings, you know, a direct contact to LA, and he also brings all his expertise for all the years.
And with the increasing number of productions shot in Vancouver, Monroe sees a real opportunity for budding new actors.
Now they look at people here first. You know, they're like, hey, well, we're going to shoot in Vancouver. Let's see if we can, you know, cast one of the leads out of Van. You know, so that's great.
Great even for Monroe, who hopes to take on other roles within the entertainment industry locally.
It's all just about being challenged within the whole general structure of the arts and entertainment. That's where I'm going now. I'm like, I just, you know, I'm soaking up everything, and I just need to keep being challenged because that's what drives me to succeed.
And he's not only succeeded as a talented actor, he's now helping shape the next generation. In Vancouver, I'm Gina Tosi for Go on Shaw TV.
One of Lachlan's next roles will be in a film called Go With Me alongside Anthony Hopkins and Julia Stiles. Now stick around after the break. We've got a whole lot more on Go. Still to come.
We decided to let everyone else have their Surrey shirt.
A couple shows us their hometown pride.
You had a hole in your sock, you had to learn how to fix it.
And a craftsman in the Fraser Valley shows us his skills.
Hola, my name is Rosario Anser, and I'm the artistic director and co-founder of the Vancouver International Flamenco Festival. This year marks the monumental 25th anniversary season of the festival, and we couldn't be more excited about the electrifying lineup. This season will see the sensuous art forms highlight rhythmic dance, passionate vocals, and intricate guitar performed at multiple venues on Granville Island and around the city. Performance highlights include Spain's acclaimed Andrés Peña y Pilar Ogaya Company, Toronto's award-winning Esmeralda Enrique Dance Company, as well as Vancouver's own award-winning Flamenco Rosario. The Vancouver International Flamenco Festival runs from September 12 to 27. For more information and tickets, please visit vancouverflamencofestival.org. See you there.
We are gathered here today to celebrate the death of our dearest... What? Sexy arm.
Welcome back from break. It's Go on Shaw TV. We're at the Improv Center on Granville Island getting ready for Fringe Festival. We're joined now by some of the special performers that'll be at Fringe Festival. Tell us a little bit about what are you guys in?
Well, we're in a performance called Camel Camel. Starring the Camel Sisters, I play Gildy, and this is my sister,
Horace.
Now, Horace, what is the show all about?
We're vaudevillian sisters trapped inside the mind of a madman on death row, unbeknownst to us. So we're there to entertain and perform, and things start to unravel as we discover our circumstances.
Besides being my sister, drank a lot of gin. But let us not despair, for with every ending there is a new beginning, and I, Gildy, shall go on alone.
We call it David Lynch meets Abbott and Costello. Or, even better yet, sometimes we say it's Beckett meets the Golden Girls.
Now, I got to see a little bit just now. It's a lot of fun. What do you guys love about this show, though?
Well, it's definitely a genre and form warper, so we use all sorts of different kinds of physical performance styles in one. And it deals with intense subjects in a really fun, entertaining way that changes like that. So you'll be ready for a surreal, bizarre, fantastic, and entertaining ride.
You know, just do it. You think you could do it better than I could? Why don't you try? I didn't think so.
Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today to mourn the tragic loss of our sister, Horace Gulch. We're performing at the Fire Hall Art Center at 280 East Cordova Street. So we're off the Fringe site, but it's worth a trip, and there's a lot of other entertaining shows that are going to be at the Fire Hall as well.
On the street, people would say, "Is that Horace?"
Most of the time it probably was.
Well, next we're headed down to Surrey. It's an area that gets a bit of a bad rap, but in our next story we meet a couple who love their city and literally wear that pride on their sleeves.
I only have 2 shirts over here, though. Are you gonna run out? Give me a couple. Okay, I'm taking these 2 right here. Thank you. Or these here. There we go. Here, you can do the queer one.
A husband and wife business team working with their inventory. Nothing too different from other married production partners, but what does make this pair different is their strong sentiment for their area.
Have pride in your city, because there was 1 million Vancouver shirts. I mean, you could get them at the airport, you can get them in Chinatown. Most of them come in containers from China. There's 500,000 people that live in Surrey. It's the biggest municipality in Canada, and there was not one Surrey shirt that you could get your hands on. I had my Surrey shirt. We decided to let everyone else have their Surrey shirt.
In late 2012, he made up this top with Surrey across the chest, modeled after his favorite shirt. He received so many inquiries about it that he and Cheryl started making similar shirts on request. The pair now press some of the Surrey shirts, but also give business to Surrey-based silkscreen stores for the rest. Over the last 2.5 years, the couple has come across some controversy around the city pride shirts over both copying of logos and their tongue-in-cheek playfulness.
Recently, the Supreme Court of Canada had changed their copyright bylaws to allow for parody and satire. So within Canada, we're totally within our rights to have this little fun.
Most of our stuff is very pro-Surrey, but we're not going to ignore the fact that there's issues in our community mainly to do with, gun and gang violence. And we're not going to pretend that this isn't happening, and we're going to make t-shirts that, some people say that we're poking fun at the problem. It's like, no, we're bringing attention to the problem, and we'd like to do something about it.
99% of those time, after we've spoken with the people and told them about our story and who we were and what the shirts are about, they've loved the shirts. So perhaps on a one-on-one basis, we will, change the way people think.
Surrey shirts are distributed across Canada and have reached as far away as New York City thanks to the online store. Native Surrey residents are proudly displaying love for their hometown.
Okay, Cheryl, so out of all your shirts, I have to say my favorite is the Surrey Girl shirt.
Really? Awesome!
Because I am a Surrey girl. I've lived in Surrey pretty much my whole life, and I gotta say, people mock Surrey, like you say, all the time, but I am super proud. We have made Letterman's top 10 reasons to live in Canada.
The pride in the city has what's gotten me enthusiastic and keeping me going. We say one shirt at a time, we're covering Surrey.
But even though Cheryl and Don are committed to covering Surrey with t-shirts, another interest of theirs requires no shirts at all.
My husband and I love to visit the local Crescent Rock Beach, which is a nude beach. We quite often go down there with our dogs. It's just so peaceful and calm.
And it means that the people of Surrey don't have to drive all the way to Wreck Beach.
Whether you decide to declare your love for the city of Surrey by enjoying its beaches with or without clothing, or by wearing its name across your chest, Cheryl and Don just want residents of Surrey to show and share some love for the city.
We have a lot of negativity that's around the city, but really the people here are good people, and there's negative things that happen all over the world.
It's such a big, diverse community. We tell people, it's your hometown. Have some pride. It's like, if you don't like living in Surrey, well, there's lots of other places to live.
Putting their best front forward, the couple will keep coming up with ideas for new Surrey and neighborhood shirts and take suggestions from others who live in the community. In Surrey, proudly wearing her Surrey Girl shirt, I'm Tiffany Gurdon for Go on Shaw TV.
Nice rack, baby. Nice rack.
Now, those shirts can be located by visiting surreyshirts.com. Now, sticking with style, in our next story, we meet a man that's working with a different type of material, one that's more commonly associated with cowboys.
What we have here is a custom designed mare's leg holster.
Meet Lloyd, a leather craftsman. Growing up on a farm in Alberta, Lloyd never had much money.
If you had a hole in your sock, you had to learn how to fix it.
It was this type of attitude that gave Lloyd the skills he needed to work on the medium he loved most, leather.
When I was a younger person, it interested me, but it really started with having to repair my own tack and equipment, is how it actually all started. And I, as a young teenager, dabbled in it a little bit. And those days we didn't have money to really get into things like that. Our life was based more on practicality, and it went from there.
No longer a young buck, the Leatherman had the idea to open up his own shop.
But without a partner, pretty tough to do, because there's a real transition period between starting a leather business and making money in a leather business. Somebody has to go to work, in other words.
And that's when he met Bridget, a craftswoman of her own.
I had worked mostly up until that point in fabric and clay, ceramics. And at that point I was very excited about my ceramics. And it was, the leather was sort of like a natural evolution of my ceramic work. In fact, mostly it was wearable. I could use it to mount my work, strengthen my work, add a more professional finish to my work.
Together, they started Mustang Leather, and now create a wide variety of items.
What we'd really like to do is be a powerful leather customization force to be reckoned with. You know, anybody that wants anything built will come to us, not saddles, but handbags and wallets and belts and bling. You know, sort of become I guess a one-stop leather shop destination where people think leather.
And to Lloyd's surprise, that exact mentality is already taking shape.
We do, at this time, more work for the motorcycle group than the horse group, which caught me a bit by surprise. And it's really leather is leather. It's an application thing. But yeah, it has grown in ways I didn't expect. I grew up more in farm/ranch country and less in motorcycle country, you know.
Regardless of who their clientele may be, Lloyd and Bridget do it all for the love of the material.
The variety of what's available today is just almost limitless. You can get just about any color, any weight, any texture, you know, from field harness to the silkiest vest shirt in leather. And that's a huge range of weight, texture, color, right there. That's what made me fall in love with it.
Your ability to build, to create virtually anything, virtually any fabric we can make out of leather. You can go down to the store and buy yourself a rubberized or a nylon rain suit. Originally, rain suits were made out of leather. Leather does need, in certain circumstances, more maintenance, but it will never lose its beauty.
In Chilliwack, I'm Danny Gonsalves for Go on Shaw TV.
Did you know that leatherwork is actually one of the oldest art forms on Earth? There are examples of it dating back to 1300 BC in Egypt. I wonder what King Tut's leather jacket looked like. Now you can ponder that over the break, but we got a whole lot more Go after this. After the break,
makes perfect sense to give it to them.
Helping hands in Squamish.
We're in our 10th year of Drop Zone.
And dropping off the side of a building for charity.
Hi, I'm Spencer McKay, Vice President of Fair Vote Vancouver. There's an election this fall, and multiple political parties have promised, if elected, to change how Canadians vote. If you'd like to learn more about this electoral reform and how it might affect women's representation, youth voting, and environmental policy in Canada, please join us for a panel discussion involving 5 local and national community groups. The event, entitled In Defense of Democracy, takes place here at Vancouver Public Library's Central Branch in the Alice McKay Room on September 15th, the International Day of Democracy, from 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. This event is co-sponsored by Fair Vote Vancouver and the Vancouver Public Library. For more information, please visit our website, www.makeeveryvotecount.ca.
Welcome back to Go on Shaw TV. Now, with low vacancy rates and the cost of living rising in the area, the Squamish Helping Hand Society is playing an important role as a safety net for their community.
It starts here.
We pick up food from Nesters, Save on Foods, and Starbucks.
With his cart piled high, Squamish Helping Hand Society volunteer Jonathan begins his weekly routine of loading his truck with dozens of boxes of donated veggies, dairy, and other goods to go towards feeding the city's homeless and low-income residents.
A lot of the produce is still good. It's just not necessarily sellable. Maybe it's got a blemish to it.
Just makes perfect sense to give it to them, not pay to throw it out. Saves us time, saves us money, and does good things for the community.
I think that's it for here, yeah.
Here at Squamish Helping Hand Society, the group of workers and volunteers save around 350 pounds of food a day from going into the landfill. After unloading groceries, it is then weighed and distributed to go towards its hamper programs and cooking up 2 hot meals a day to its roughly 100 clients. After receiving grant funding from the BC Lottery Corporation in 2014, the nonprofit society has also added a food-to-go program to its services, making around 75 bagged lunches to be delivered to local schools, along with offering free sandwiches to adults at its downtown location.
We started to really envision how we could, access food that was being wasted and going to the landfill, how we could save that and put it into our food system here. With the help of a gaming grant, it took on a whole initiative.
With reports showing Canadians on average waste 40% of their food, for Jonathan and the Society's other 50 workers and volunteers, the shocking statistic is also motivation to ignite immediate change.
On the bigger scale, we complain a lot about the world at large, but there's a huge need in the place that we live. It's very easy to make a larger impact on a smaller scale. I enjoy my Monday routine and visiting everybody. A lot of smiling faces.
With plans to merge the Squamish Food Bank and Helping Hand Society into one location down the road, for these selfless hands, it's about ensuring all members of the community have a quality of life, and that starts with a full stomach.
When people are fed, that has an amazing impact throughout their day. For kids, it means they're able to learn better. For people who are homeless, it means that their strength is up. Food access and food security is not supposed to be about shame. There is plenty of food on the planet. Let's feed everybody.
In Squamish, I'm Vanessa Ibarra for Go on Shaw TV.
They provide 35,000 meals a year for people in their community from their downtown Squamish location. If you want more information on how you can help them out, helping people out, you can visit squamishhelpinghands.ca. Now, for our last story, we're heading back down to Vancouver. We're going to see what it's like to scale the side of a skyscraper, heading down 20 stories.
The Easter Seals drop zone event is all about raising money for our Easter Seal House and our Easter Seal camps. The event is about creating challenges for individuals doing the drop zone. So individually, they are challenged both physically and mentally, climbing over a 20-story building and rappelling down the building. However, we challenge them by making a difference in their community by fundraising for the houses and the camps.
Our team is called Damsels in These Dresses, and when I first had the idea or saw about this event, I was so excited, and I'm like, I'm going to do it whether anyone supports me or not. And my friend said, I will do it, and I didn't believe her at first.
We are Damsels in These Dresses, and we're from Chilliwack. We're best friends, we're moms, and we met at a boot camp, and we've been inseparable since.
We're a small team, but we're very mighty. My daughter Rebecca came from Haiti in 2007. The family that adopted her could not properly care for her needs.
I've seen the struggles that Rebecca has had, and of course, being close to the family, it breaks my heart, and I want to be able to help, and this is my way of trying to help their family and help other children who are dealing with the same medical issues and disabilities. She's the only person I would rappel off a building for, so you can't say no to her.
I'd do the same for you.
And her daughter is like family to me, so it's really important to us.
We can do it. You can do it. See you on the other side. Rebecca loves camp. She cries and asks to go to camp all year and cries all the way home. She loves it so much. Her favorite thing is being so close to the cafeteria. She loves the food, partly because she gets a lot more independence because it's supervised by some great staff, and she can independently get her own breakfast and get to do things she would not normally be able to do.
We're in our 10th year of Drop Zone, which is fabulous. A lot of money has been raised to help families from all over British Columbia and the Yukon.
Day-to-day life for Rebecca is not always easy, especially lately. We have been spending a lot of time at Children's Hospital, which means the Easter Seals House has given us places to stay, and Rebecca goes to camp every year. And unfortunately, she only lasted about a day and a half this year and then was hospitalized. And it broke her heart, which broke mine, because she looks forward to it every year. Camp is expensive, and I don't have thousands of dollars to give, but I can do this for Easter Seals and give back what I can.
The Easter Seals Drop Zone originated in Halifax 11 years ago, and the money that they raise goes to Easter Seals Camps and Easter Seals House. Now let's head out on the street to get some of our viewers' opinions on important issues. Federal election year. How important is voting to you?
It's very important. You have to vote. We have the right to vote, so we have to vote, right?
It's gonna sound kind of bad, but
be honest.
Not really important. I don't know. This year I want to vote though. I've never voted before. But I never know anything about who's going up. I don't know.
You gotta do your homework.
Yeah, I know. I do.
Yeah, absolutely. It's your obligation as a member of a democratic society.
Is it your first time eligible to vote, or you just haven't been that interested before?
I just haven't been interested before. Like in school, they're like, "I'll go vote," but I was like, I don't really care. But this year I actually want to vote, so I am going to do my homework.
Voting is important to me, very much so.
Why is that important?
I just believe in expressing my opinion, my way of what I think the country should be doing, provincial, federal, or municipal.
Not necessarily, not at the moment.
Why not?
I haven't really thought about it.
A lot of people fought for the vote, and I think if you don't vote, then it's a wasted vote, and everything that you vote for affects you. It's your country, it's everything that goes on in your life. So you should put your vote forward in your opinion, and hopefully you'll get the outcome that you want.
That's it for Go Today from here at the Improv Center on Granville Island. Be sure to check out some of those performances at Fringe Festival. It's bound to be a lot of fun. If you want to leave us a comment or maybe give us an idea for a story, check out our Facebook page. You can also go on there to see a very special music video from local performer Nat J. She's also releasing a brand new EP, and if you want information about the release and concert for that one, check out natj.com. That's it for today's show. Thanks again so much for watching. I'm Paul McClellan, and we'll see you next time.